What's going on, brothers? What is going on? Right, another back-to-back classic live stream, feature classic. Right, but first and foremost, do y'all hear me? Type on one in the live stream chat. Mr. J May, is my audio good, bro?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome, brother. Fantastic, fantastic. So who else is here? All right. Let me know in the live stream chat if you can hear me, if I'm good. Aaron of Ishval, as always, appreciate you, bro. Who else is here in the building? Let me know. How's the audio? Okay. We are officially streaming on all platforms, but the crash out session will be taken to Kick after the stream. Okay. Who else is here? So I think we're good. So now special announcements first, as usual. Support the channel, hit the super chat, hit the PayPal donations, or super thanks. Support the movement. For any IT advice, book your IT consultation with me by the IT description, the link in the description box below, the Candy link. Join the Patreon for intel on traveling, crypto, foreign women, etc., etc. And of course, copy merch a t-shirt from the Teespring link in the description box below. So now, okay, when you come in, please like the stream. Okay, show IP some support. Likes are free, so just press the like button. Likes are needed for this channel to grow. So please support and do your effort by liking the streams. Okay, awesome. So, like I mentioned, I advise you to create your Twitch account, okay? Because today we'll be crashing out on Twitch, okay? So please create your Twitch accounts, download the Twitch app, and please follow me on Twitch, all right? That'd be greatly appreciated. So the crash outs today will be on Twitch. So let's get straight into it, all right? I've got a very special guest here today, right, called Mr. J May, who is here to break down his experience as a Black American man in London and the UK in general, brother. How you doing, J May? You good?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So before you go into the stream further, brother, right? Give us a brief intro as to who you are, where you're from, and anything special about you, bro.
All right, I'm Jay May. I'm 29 years old. I'm from the States. I live in Florida. And now I'm pretty much just an average dude. I might go to work every day, do what I gotta do, and then when I get some free time, I try to go see the world.
Awesome, brother. Awesome, awesome. So, brother, let's get straight into it, okay? Out of all the countries in the world, brother, right, you chose the UK. And I'm interested why you chose it in the first place, brother. Why?
But, so I chose the UK honestly because I saw a video that you posted a few years back, speaking on like your experience and what you witnessed with Black American men in London specifically. And I was intrigued, so I was like, man, it can't be that crazy. So I was like, I gotta experience it for myself. So me and one of my friends just bought a ticket and we went, and that was it.
And it was true, right?
It was it was 110,000% true. Everything you said.
Brothers, the channel is here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. What did I tell you, right? As a Black American man in the UK, you're basically a god, all right? Now we're gonna break it down even further, right, as to J May's experience there in the UK. But were you in Scotland, Ireland, or London, brother? Where were you at?
I was in London the whole entire time. We were supposed to go other places, but London was just so great we never left.
Damn, brother, were you in North, West, or South London?
We were staying in Central. We were right in Central the whole time.
Oh, look at you, bougie, huh?
Yeah, man.
Fantastic, brother. So, Mr. J May, right? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna get straight to it, brother. Right? Like you're telling me, brother, like the woman in London showed you a lot of love. What kind of love was this, brother? Break it down for me.
It was just real easy to talk to them. Like every girl who I approached or approached me, they were real friendly. They were real open. They were, just interested. So it was just like it was to the point where I even ended up in a relationship with a girl from over there because she was just so like obsessed. It was just so different than anything I've ever experienced.
Brother, so you ended up being in a relationship with an English chick. Man, give us
Yeah.
more details, bro. Give us more details.
So I went out one night, me and my friend, and we were just, hanging out. And he pointed out this girl to me because, like, she was a pog. Like, she was thick. She was stacked. I was like, oh my goodness. So I seen her, and then I just looked at her, and I just put my finger up and waved her over, and she walked right over to me, and that was it. We started talking. We hung out a couple days, And then, it got just to the point where it got a little more serious. And then she flew over to the States to come see me, spend some time with me there. And yeah.
What the, what the flip? Hold on, hold on. What the hell is going on here, bro? What the hell, brother? You're telling me, right? You came
Hmm.
to you came to my backyard, brother, right? The UK, all right? You came to
Yep.
my backyard, brother, right? Right? You came
Hmm.
to without checking in, by the way. You ain't checking, brother. I'm joking. I'm joking, bro. So you came to the UK, brother, right? You met
Hmm.
a slim, thick white chick, right? You hit
Hmm.
up with her, and you're telling me that you went back to America, and she flew out to see you in America, bro.
Yep.
What?
But bought her own ticket. I didn't pay for her ticket or nothing. She bought her own ticket, flew right over there.
Oh, I can't believe what,
I
brother?
swear.
So while you were in London, right? Did you meet her every day? Did you meet her? Your whole trip? I don't. I'm trying to compute the. Go on,
So
bro.
I ended up meeting her towards the end of the trip. So my first time coming to London, I stayed for 11 nights. I probably met her on the ninth night. So I already did, I already hung out with a bunch of other girls prior to meeting her, but she was the one I met on the ninth night, and we just kind of clicked. And then she was just like, bro, she was bad. So I ended up spending my last, 2, 3 nights there just with her. And then yeah, it got a little more serious, and then she came to see me and everything.
Wow, brother. So this is a white English chick that was born in England,
Yeah, born and raised.
flying out to meet a black American man in America.
Yep.
Lord. Okay, so brother, so did you meet her in a club or in a bar?
It was a Simmons, so like a bar. Not yeah, it was a Simmons bar, right in I think it was Trafalgar Square, I believe it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, right down there.
So, brother, you're in the bar, right? And then you look at each other, right? You wave her over. She's looking at you. You wave her over. She comes to you, and that was it.
That was it. We made eye contact. Um, I waved her over, and I think she might have spilled her drink. So I was like, "Let me go get you another drink." I walked her to buy her a drink real quick. And at first she didn't want to let me buy her a drink. I was like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "I can get my own drink." I was like, "Please let me be a gentleman. It's fine. I'll buy you a drink. It's okay." Like, it was just one of those. But then we got our drink. We went to talking. My friend was talking to her friend, and at first she was like, "Oh, I'm not going home with you tonight." I was like, "That's okay. We don't got to go that far." And we exchanged contact information, and we went out the next day, and that was it.
Brother, did you smash her in the UK?
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
100%, 100%, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
but how about we talk about that on the Twitch later on? We won't go too deep into it, but I want to know your game as to how you did it, brother.
Oh, I got you.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Um, wow. Okay, so okay, brother. Right. So, brother, so you were in central London, right? And it
Yeah.
was very easy for you and your boys. Your boys are light skinned, dark skinned black dudes.
All of us are different. One's dark skin, and I'm light skin, and then my other boy, he's a brown skin. So we're all different shades. I'm a little taller. I'm 6'2", but my other friend's 5'9", other one's 5'10". Everybody was having a great time.
So, brother, all your boys ate as well.
All man, wait till this Twitch starts. I'm gonna tell you some stories. We were all eating.
Flipping heck. Okay, brother. So now, right, I want to ask you, brother, right? So in terms of like um different races of women, brother, in London, because London's quite multicultural.
Yeah.
So let's talk about reception from Indian women, brother. So how did Indian women treat you and your boys as Black American men?
I don't think I came across any Indian women, to be honest. I'm thinking about it, and I don't think I came across any, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting, brother. Okay, now, brother, what was I gonna say? What about East Asian chicks, Chinese, Japanese, Korean? Any play of them?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they were very receptive. Um, I had one from Thailand, one was Chinese, and yeah, they both were very, interested for sure.
What, brother? How did you meet these chicks though? Where?
She's going out. I spent a lot of time going out because I like that was my first time in London. I didn't really know where to go, so I know for a fact I was like, if I go to a club, there's gonna be girls there. So we went to the clubs, and it was just easy mode the whole time.
So, brother, you met the Thai chick and the Chinese chick, brother, in the clubs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you. So the Chinese girl I met, I'm not. She might have been mixed with something, but she looked pretty Chinese to me. But when I met her, Me and my boy were walking to the club, and she walked by just staring at me. She turned around and stared at me again. So I'm just looking. I'm watching her just stare at me, walking away, smiling. So I just waved her. I just waved her right over. She walked. She pranced right over to me, and she came over. She had a friend with her. I told my friend, talk to her friend. He talked to her, and we had a little table in there. So they came back to the table. They sat down, and we hung out there for the night, and that was it. We both left with both of them.
Like, brother, hold on. Brother, these were London chicks with the accent, English
They
chicks.
they had British accents, but they were Asian, both of them.
Brother, you smash? I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That we both did. Absolutely.
Brother, did you meet her in Simmons, the Chinese chick?
No, I believe it was in Libertine. I believe it was.
Yo, you guys are living easy.
Man, we were everywhere, man. We met.
So,
Then I met the Thai girl in Taboo. Same thing.
is that a club in London?
Yep. Right in
So, brother,
Mayfair.
so how did you meet that? So, can you break down the interaction there? Was she staring you down? You made her over, and that was it?
The Thai girl. This is a crazy story. So the Thai girl, I didn't even meet her. So I was talking to another girl, and it was just me by myself. My friend, he left with the two girls, a Thai girl and her other friend. He left with them. So I'm talking to this one girl, but her friend was like just not trying to let her leave with me. So she ended up, she's like, "Oh, I have my friend. She wants to leave out of the house." So I was like, "Okay, it's cool." So I'm about to go back to my hotel. My friend, he calls me. He's like, "Where you at?" I said, "I'm about to go back to the room." He said, "Pull up right now. I got two of them." Man, I came over to the hotel. I met the girl. I introduced myself, and that was it. Literally 5 minute process.
Yo, no, what's going on here, man? Brother,
Yeah,
brother, what the flip?
it was crazy,
Yo,
man.
so that's how Black American men are moving in London, huh? Wow.
Yes, that's how we were moving for sure. It wasn't just
That
me. You know what I'm
hmm,
saying? It was all of us.
is that easy?
It's that easy. The experience is something like I've never experienced, and I've been to I just came back from Australia a month and a half ago. I've been to Sweden. I've been to Canada. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to multiple countries. Nothing can compare to London. Nothing.
Where were you in Australia, brother?
I was in Melbourne.
And brother, did you get love in Melbourne?
You know what's so funny about that? I did, but a lot of it, me and two of my other friends came over there. We met girls from the UK in Australia, and they were going crazy. Like this girl, I met her, and then she wanted me to come over just to talk to her friends so they could hear my accent. I was like, how the hell I come to Australia and meet UK girls?
What the? In Canada, were you in Vancouver or Toronto?
I've been to Vancouver. I've had family in Toronto, but I haven't been there in a long time. But I was in Vancouver more recently, and kind of the same thing, man. It's pretty easy, but it's not as easy as London. London was just another level.
Yo, this is insane, bro. So basically, British chicks are training British black men like crap, right? Like nonsense, right? But
I believe in it.
If you're a black American man, you're basically a king in the
Yeah,
UK. What's up with
yeah.
that?
I don't know because even we met a couple British guys. We were just we were like hanging out with people, like getting to know other people, and a couple of the British guys they were like, "Man, you guys are gonna eat over here." They're like, as soon as you open your mouth, they're gonna flock on you. Like that was the first thing that a British dude said to us, and he was 100% right.
So, but now, what about the mixed race women, brother? We have a lot of mixed race chicks in the UK.
Mhm.
Were they showing you love as well?
Absolutely. So I met another one. We were at Box Park down in Shoreditch, and I seen this little light skinned girl. She was black and white. She was cute. Seen her, and I just went and walked up to her. She was receptive. We were talking. She gave me her number, and the next day we planned a date. We hung out that day, and that was it.
So you essentially, brother, you were just running through chicks in London.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was crazy. To this day, I'm still shocked that it was that easy. I was like, bruh. I came back to America. I was like, man, I was wild. I gotta slow down. It was too easy.
What the flip? All
Yeah.
right, brother. So you conquered white chicks, mixed race chicks, Asian chicks. What about black British chicks, brother? Fully black chicks.
So I got some black girls in London, but they weren't from London. Like they were from
Mm.
Sweden and like Norway, but they were black.
Mm. How did you meet them? Where?
The same thing, just going out to the clubs. Same thing. And it's always the same. So my experience with the Mayfair clubs, because so you know the Mayfair is it's a really bougie area. For guys to get in the clubs, you have to get tables. So once you get in the club, there's not a lot of guys in there already. So you already kind of stand out. Plus, being a black man, you stand out even more. So the girls just stare. They just stare. And all you got, like my tactic, wave them over. You wave them over, and if they walk over to you, they're interested. And that's just how it was every time. They stare. I wave them over. They walk over. That's it. They're leaving with me tonight.
Ooh. So, brother, what about uh Moroccan chicks? We have a lot of Moroccans in the UK, right? I mean, Middle Eastern chicks, brother. Were you successful with them at all?
I think I might have met one. Oh, you know that's crazy. I did meet a Moroccan girl, and she was I ain't gonna, bro. She was so beautiful, like long black hair, body crazy, green eyes. She was beautiful, and she came out and she walked up to me and started talking. Her friend walked up to my friend, and they just started talking to us. And she was so beautiful, but she did one thing that turned me off. She asked me to go in the bathroom to go take a line of cocaine with her. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I'm not interested no more. But she was beautiful though.
And that was in a club.
In a club, it was Cirque du Soleil, I believe it's called. Yeah,
What the hell is going on here? This is insane, bro.
yeah.
Yo. So, brother, did you when you were in London, right? Did you like speak loud so they knew you were American? So when you were in the clubs, right? Yeah, yo, what's up, man? And they can hear you're American. Is that how it was like? Was that your game?
That wasn't my game per se, but my friend definitely like as a like he jokes around doing that all the time. Like we joke about it all the time. We'll be walking up to the line because to go in the Mayfair Club, you have to have a table. So we walk up to the front of the line, and on the way up there, he'll walk over there and be like, "Hey man, this is a spot right here. This where we at right here." And all the girls on the line just turn and look, and then this is like, ah man, this guy. So, but I already know like as soon as I walk up to a girl, just by me walking up to her and introduce myself, it already piques her interest. Once she hears my voice, every single time I get the response, "Are you American?" Every single time, it never fails. And then that's just it right there. After that,
Whoa, this is insane. So, all right, brother, but you mentioned that you were cold approached in London, brother. I'll be honest with you, brother, right? It's very hard for dudes to get cold approached in London, from what I
yeah,
hear, right? But
right.
you tell me that woman cold approached you. Would you break it down for us? In what way?
So they would just walk up and just introduce herself. And once they did that, I replied. And then when they hear my voice, their interest just went up. It's like they knew I was American before they even heard me speak. I guess we just dressed different. We just look different. I don't know what it is, but they would just walk up to us, like in the club areas. They would just walk up to us and just introduce themselves. And I don't know, maybe if they heard us talking to somebody else, and then they heard the voice, and they were like, "Oh, who's that?" I don't know, but they were just walking up, just introducing themselves, just unprovoked.
Brother, brother, women were woken up to you, brother. What, randomly, or they heard your accent first? Was that in the clubs?
I want to say it was random. It was in the clubs for sure. I think it was random because I remember the first time with the Moroccan girl that walked up to us. We got to the club pretty early because we didn't know like what time like the London club started like getting popping. So we came pretty early that first time. So it wasn't many people in there. So we didn't really talk to anybody. And this girl just walked up to us while we were sitting down. Like we had our little bottle in front of us. We had our drinks or whatever, and she walked up and just started talking to us. That was it.
Speechless.
Speechless.
What
Yeah.
the? This is insane. Brother, did you cold approach yourself, brother? Like out on the streets, and was that successful for you?
Let me think. Did I cold approach anybody? The girl I ended up dating, I want to say I cold approached her because she didn't really do anything. I just saw her, and the second I saw her turn around, I just waved her, and she came over. That was it. But as far as anybody else, it was more. Nah, that was probably the only time I cold approached because it was just so much attention that we were getting. There was really no opportunity to cold approach. Like the attention was just on us. Every
Wow.
every spot we went to was just the attention was on us.
So how many of you? So it was you and what, two of your boys in the
Yeah,
trip?
so the first trip, me and my friend went back in 2023. It was just two of us. The second trip, we just came back. We just got back in January. That was a trip where it was three of us.
Okay. But you're 6'2". Are
Yeah.
you dark skin or are you brown skin or light skin?
I'm pretty light skinned.
So light skin, 6'2",
Yeah.
basically Chris Brown hybrid. Okay. Now, your boys, right? Height and skin tone, please, brother, for your two of your boys.
So my friend that killed me the first and the second time, he's 5'9" and he's dark skinned. And then my other friend, he's about 5'10". He's more of a brown skin tone.
So, brother, now I want to know more about the dark skin brother, right? 5'9"
Yeah.
dude. Was
Mm.
he pulling women left and right?
Oh, for sure. He's the one. The Thai girl. I wouldn't have got her without him. He's the one that called me. Was like, I got two of them. Come over here. I need help. I need backup.
So brother, so that dark skin brother, right? So he went clubbing up by himself. He pulled two chicks, right? Took him back to the hotel and called you over.
Yeah. No, we were together, but I was talking to one set of girls, and he was talking to that set of girls. The set of girls that he had ended up wanting to leave, so he left. I stayed back. The two I was talking to, one was interested, but her friend was like, "No, we're gonna leave," and then I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So we exchanged Instagrams or whatever, and I was gonna leave, and then he called me and was like, "Where you at?" And then that was it.
Wow. So
Yeah.
brother, so you're so basically you and your brothers, right? Different shades, different skin tones. You all ate.
Yes. 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 That's why we went back. Like we went back to London the very next year because the experience was just so crazy. We literally talked about that trip for a year straight, and we were just like, "But we have to go back. Like we have to go back."
Brother, how dark is your friend? Is he like Akon dark skin?
He's pretty dark. He's pretty dark. He's pretty dark. I don't want to say Akon, but he might be right up there. He's dark skinned. Like you look at him, there's no question. Like he's dark skinned.
I oh yo, okay, so that means that that accent is really strong in the UK. I knew it was good for brothers, right? But in 2025, it still works. It's probably even better now for you brothers.
Man, it
Um,
does.
so brother, so let me ask you, right? What is your impression of London chicks? Do you personally feel like they're a bunch of three or fours? Because it appears like you had many like one night stands with them. I'm guessing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
do you have that? Do you feel like these women are three or fours? They're only here for the night. They're not wifey, in your opinion. And brother, keep it real with me, please.
I won't say that about all of them because the one I met, she definitely was like a pretty good girl. She's a good person. Like on if I wasn't from the States and about to leave, she probably wouldn't have gave it up as fast as she did. But in general, just the culture there is kind of like very liberal. So the girls are gonna be more open to just one night stands. But I don't want to say all of them like that. I definitely met some very really nice girls in London, but for the most part, they're pretty out there.
Yeah, flipping heck. Okay. And brother, for you personally, right? Like, who were your favorite groups of women there in London? What race of women?
Man, the white British girls. I mean, that's just like the majority. But I'm not gonna lie, the light skinned girls, like the mixed girls, they were beautiful too. And I'm the Somalians. Like I never like I'm from Florida. We don't have Somalians. So when I started seeing the Somalian girls, like, these girls are they're kind of attractive. So I ended up getting with a couple of them too. So I would say the white British girls obviously, and then the light skinned mixed girls. But the Somalians, they definitely piqued my interest for sure.
Brother, hold on. Brother, are you telling me that you slept with a Somalian chick? Or a few?
Yeah, I think I had one. I had one.
Some
That was the one I seen in the club, and then she looked at me, and I just kind of waved her over.
Somalian? They're now on that 3 or 4 time?
I guess
The
so.
fuck's going on?
But like I said, she wasn't from London though. She was from Sweden. She was just there on vacation or a holiday.
What the flip, Somali? Oh
Somali.
my days. Yeah, it's over, brother, in the West, man. Like growing up, right? These Somali girls will be in the whatever they wear, that Muslim stuff, right?
Right, right.
Good girls. Now they're out here in the clubbing, being bad girls.
Mm,
Yo,
yeah.
yo, brother. And so how did you meet that Somali? So you met her in the club. Did she approach you, or you approached her?
So I was in the club sitting down at my table, and she was just staring, just obviously hard, just hard, hard, hard. And she had a friend with her, so I was like, well, shoot, I might as well call her for me and my friend. So I just waved. I just waved. I don't say anything. I just wave them, and they just walk over there. And then that's when I introduced myself. And then her friend came over. My boy started talking to her friend, and they left with us. That was it.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. Yo, so brother, now, brother, so that's your personal experience, right? So
Hmm.
your dark skin bro, right? What race woman was he putting mostly? Was it white? Did he pull a Asian chick, East Asian chick? Did he pull an Indian chick? Break it down for us, see what he pulled.
I know he had an Asian. Believe she was Vietnamese or something. What else he had? I think he had. I think he had a Latina girl from California too. That
What?
was crazy. Yeah, from Cal. I was like, well, how did he come to the UK and get an American? Anyway, what else did he get? I know he had. Oh, he had the other Asian that we met in that one club when I waved him over and the two friends came. He likes Asians, so he goes for the Asians. He had a couple of Asians, probably three off the top of my head for sure. Off the top of my head.
Wow. So, but let me ask this, right? So, for you personally, right, like break down the club scene for us, because that high end club scene. I ain't really been like that. I ain't been there to that high end club scene, like
Yeah.
Mayfair, blah blah blah. So, can you give us a guide to it as to okay, how'd you get in? Did you buy your tickets earlier? Did you just wait on the line? Do you have to buy like a table, right? And how much does the table cost and the bottle of drinks? Break it out for me, brother.
Okay, so for Mayfair clubs, for a guy, unless you know somebody, you're definitely gonna need a table. So the way I went about it was, I ended up finding this girl who's a promoter on TikTok, and I DM'd her, and she's been my promoter for the last 2 years. Like every time I need a table, I DM her, and she sets me up. So once you get in the clubs in Mayfair, first off, it's £1,000 minimum. That's off. You know what I'm saying? So between you or your two friends, it's £1,000 minimum. So you transfer that to USD, that's like 1,300 USD. But once you get in the club, because you have to have a table for guys to get in, the ratio is like 5 to 1, 10 to 1, depending on what night it is. Like, it's an insane ratio. It's just way more women. And, Mayfair's that bougie area, so all the girls are bad. They're all in shape. Like, that's just what it is. You have to pay money to get in, but once you get in, you're going to eat. It's easy.
So, brother, so you're saying like, do girls get in free in these clubs?
Yeah, the girls getting free. If you're a girl, you can walk straight in. You dress well, you look good, you're walking straight in. You have to wait in the line, but you're gonna get in. Guys, you don't got a table, you're not getting in.
Or you got to pay £1,000 to get in?
Yeah, for the table, £1,000 is for the table. That's the only
Oh
way you're getting.
wow!
Yeah, you gotta get the table.
And
And,
if
that,
you
and
don't
that's the
get a
minimum.
table, and that's a minimum.
That's the minimum.
And but if you don't get a table, you ain't getting in.
You're not getting in. No, you're not getting
Flipping heck!
in.
So,
Yeah, you're not.
brother, were you buying tables every day?
Man, the first time we went, we got a table at least 6 times. At least 6 times. Because we didn't know no better. We didn't know anywhere else to go, so we were just getting tables like every night.
Whoa!
Uh,
Okay. And brother, for you, right? For your black American audience, right? What is the best like the best clubs that you recommend for black American men to go to get women, in your honest opinion?
so tape, if you go to tape, especially on Sunday, tape Sundays was just the craziest experience that I had. Was this last time I went to tape Sunday? It was great. And then if you go to Cirque Le Soir on a Monday, the line is wrapped around down the street. It is crazy. So those are my two favorites, was tape and Cirque.
Okay. What about Simmons? Was that good for you, or is that something you don't recommend?
The Simmons bars are okay. Obviously, they're not as strict, so it's going to be a lot more guys in there. No, normally it's free to get in though, so you're not paying too much to get in. So Simmons can be a good time, but just the quality of woman isn't going to be what you're going to find in Mayfair.
Wow. But this is incredible, man. Like this is I can't believe what I'm hearing here.
Yeah.
So, whoa. Okay. So, but you were only in Central, right? You didn't go to South, North, West, East.
We went east. We went to this one lounge place called Eden. So I met this one black girl. One night it was actually daytime. We were in a Simmons bar. We were trying to get into this event called Slow Jams, and this girl was trying to help us out. But she was telling us like, well, while you're here, you need to go to this spot called Eden. It's more of like a black lounge. There's a lot of black people in that spot. So that was East London. We went over there, and that was a great spot. Honestly, great spot. We'll definitely be going back there.
So, but do you honestly believe that? Actually, before I even speak about that, right? Racism? Did you experience any racism at all?
Oh, not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even close.
N-word use?
Never. Never.
But so now the title of the stream says that, you know, British women worship Black American men. But from your times in London, right, is that a fair statement? Do you feel like whenever you're in London, you're God there, you feel worship there because you're American, Black American? Is that a fair statement?
It's pretty close. you know, it's pretty close. It's right there. It was definitely an experience. I'll tell you that. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced. It was pretty close to worship.
Damn. So okay, but so let me ask this right. So what were you wearing, you and your boys? Were you like dressed in all designer, Gucci belt, Louis Vuitton shirt, Hermes shoes, or did you just normally? I want to know your dressing style, brother.
Yeah, I don't buy designer. I stopped buying designer clothes years ago. It's a waste of money. I literally was in there in Air Force Ones, black jeans, and a black T-shirt I bought from the corner store. And I have maybe on one little chain, one little gold chain, a little cross necklace, and that's it. Put my earrings in, and that's it. Simple. But man, I bought clothes off of Sheen, and but I probably spent like $250 on outfits, and I was fine. Like you don't have to be Gucci down, Louis Vuitton. You don't need all that stuff. It's not necessary. It's literally not necessary. 'Cause I see guys all the time wearing all this designer stuff, and they're not getting no play. Because honestly, to me, what it looks like to the girls is you're just trying too hard. You got to be subtle. Because girls don't like boasters and flexers. Like just be subtle and just be normal, and you'll be fine.
Mm. So, brother, when you compare London girls to American chicks, right? Who are you picking and tell me why?
I'm picking the British girls 100. I'm picking the British girls 10 times out of 10. It's not even a comparison. For me personally, as an American, they just treat you better. They're more interested. They're If you plan a date with an American girl as an American man, she's probably gonna flake on the day of. Like that's just how they're really flaky. So I have the same mindset coming to England. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna plan this date with this girl. She's probably gonna flake. So let me plan 3, 4 dates just in case two of them flake or three of them flake or whatever the case may be. I tried that, and man, the day came and nobody was flaking. So I ended up having to cancel on some girls telling them I was busy and I have to see them tomorrow because nobody was flaking. So I just picked the best one.
Brother. So, probably see. So, feminism, right? Did you feel like a lot of London chicks were feminist?
I would say so, yeah. Like with the one girl I ended up, dating for a little bit, she definitely was pretty feminist. Like she was very liberal, and that's probably why it didn't work out with us. But yeah, finding a conservative girl in London, I haven't came across it yet. So I would definitely say yeah, they're pretty liberal, pretty feminist. Yeah.
Because when she refused you to buy her a drink, that kind of gives off alarm bells, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It could be good or bad, because she did buy her own ticket to come see me. I had to pay for it, so.
that is true, bro. So, brother, so who was your favorite number one woman in your time in London? Across women that you smashed or you met or dated, brother. Who's the number one favorite, and tell me why?
Man, my number one favorite was probably this one girl. She was born in Greece, but she was raised in Scotland. She was a white girl, blue eyes, blonde hair. Her body was so nice, like slim. Like she was just beautiful. She had a great personality. She was cool. She was funny. Like just a very interesting girl to be around. Being very nice. So she was probably my favorite for sure.
Oh, so you dealt with her. You had some nice time with her,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
huh? Wow. Oh, damn.
Oh, that reminds me
Um,
too, because you said, "Who did my friend get?" My friend had a girl from Greece too, because she had a friend, and we got both of them. That reminds me of that.
what about Italians?
Italian? I don't think I met any Italians. I don't think so. Did I? Actually, I'm lying. I did meet one. This is my last time going. She didn't leave with me, but we were in the club just going at it. She left with her friends at the end of the night, but we were definitely in the club. I thought she was about to come with me for sure.
Yo, this is insane. Hold on. Shout out to Ozzy for the support. Did the guest or his friends do any cold approaches? So yeah, the guest already answered that question, but did your friends do any cold approaches? And were they successful?
Yeah, my friend is last time he cold approached this Asian girl when we were leaving out of the club one night at a circ. He was like, I'm leaving with something. So he seen a little Asian girl. He walked right up to her, and then she left with him. That was it. Our success rate was extremely high. You know, approaching these girls is like more times than not, they're gonna, if not give you the number, they're leaving with you. One of the two. I can't remember many times we got, rejected.
Was that Asian girl from the club, near the club, or just
Yeah.
a complete random Asian girl?
At the club. The club let out. We were just leaving the club, and she was outside. It was like the let out. She was outside, and he seen her. He walked up to her, and she left with him.
Dark skinned black man cold
Yep.
approaching an East Asian chick,
Mm-hmm.
and he scored.
Scored. Scored.
I must be in the twilight zone right now, bro. I
Yeah.
must be in the twilight zone right now. Dark skinned black man actually pulled an East Asian chick on a night out.
Mm-hmm.
Am I dreaming or am I dreaming? What's going on?
I thought I was dreaming too.
Was she good looking?
She was solid for sure. She wasn't like super bad, but she was definitely decent. She was solid.
And this was a London East Asian chick born here, accent.
You know what? She wasn't from here either. I think she was from one of them Scandinavian countries. I forgot where.
Oh, Swedish, Chinese, or something like that.
Yeah, she might have been from Denmark or Sweden or just one of those countries, but she wasn't. I don't think she was from here. No.
There's a huge Norwegian Chinese population.
Yeah.
Obviously, they know in that Scandinavian culture, they're a bunch of 3 or 4s.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, it could.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, whoa, okay. But what didn't you like about English chicks?
What did I not like?
Mm.
Man, I don't really got no complaints. I mean, dating wise, the liberalism, that's probably the only thing I could complain about. But other than that, I have no complaints.
Wow. So, but you loved everything, huh?
It was good enough for me to go back, and I'm about to go back again this year. I'm about to go back in probably August.
Flipping heck. Yo. So this is the life of Black American men in the UK, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
But
it.
you're hearing it here first, right? Yesterday you heard what we go through as Black British men with English chicks, right? Now you're hearing what Black American men go through, and I'm guessing it'll be the same for Black Canadian men. Similar accent, similar vibe. Probably will
Yeah,
do
yeah.
well here as well. Um, but let me ask this, right? So, okay, let me see. Looks wise, right? Do you think London women are attractive compared to American chicks, or are American women better looking?
Man, it really depends on where you're at. The states is a really big country, so I mean, comparing London to an average city, I'd probably say, depending on the area of London, like the Mayfair area, you're gonna see some beautiful women. But obviously, if you go to Miami, I mean, Miami's hard to compete with. They got some of the most beautiful women in the world. So it really depends. There's definitely beautiful women in both places. Ah, which one's better? For me, I'm gonna say London only because the beautiful women aren't as hard to talk to, in my experience.
Mm, okay. So it's easier to talk to London chicks as a Black American man. The accent is a code breaker. Are you American? Where you from? Is that easy, huh?
It's that easy. Yep.
Mm. Brother, so what was your game? Did you really lean into that American? Oh, I'm American from Miami, blah blah blah, or what was you and your boys' game with talking to chicks?
Just talking to them, just walk it up, start a normal conversation, or they walk it to us. We just have a normal conversation, and they'll ask all the questions. Once they hear you're from America, I mean, this American culture is really big in the UK. Like the music, the dress style. Like American culture is already pretty big. So when they meet an American in real life, they're just so interested to ask all the questions. So that all my game was just walking up and speaking, and then they'll take it from there. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I did.
Black American male privilege.
Yeah.
Um, I spoke about that about how I saw that in Germany as well. You're
Hmm.
seeing it play out again in the UK. Black American male privilege is a real thing. It's a real thing.
It is real.
Um, wow, wow, whoa, this is insane, bro. Um, did you get hate from other dudes because you were putting a lot of women?
Nah, they were cool. Like they already knew. Like they're the ones that told me like you're gonna be getting girls. Like they were cool. Like they weren't. I didn't have no issue. I didn't get in one argument with nobody. Nobody was trying to fight me. It was cool. They were just as interested to talk to us as the women were. Like like they were just like interested to ask the questions and all that stuff. Like, oh, how's America, man? And they're so interested. Like, oh, you guys have guns and all that stuff. Like they were cool. Everybody was cool. I had no problems.
Wow. Okay, so now, brother, the hotel, right? Y'all stayed in, right? Was it 5 star?
No, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was a decent hotel, but we picked it for the location. Now, actually, the first time we went, bro did have probably a 5-star hotel. It was a nice hotel, but he had like a whole bunch of like rewards points from hotels saved up from work, so he used that and got the hotel. But it was nice. It probably was a 5-star.
Wow. Insane. Black American male privilege in London.
Yeah.
We love to see it. We love to see it. Brother, am I missing anything out here in terms of? We will go on Twitch. 'Cause I know you want to speak about stories about you and your boys and the chicks for the
Yeah.
some naughty talk. Not too naughty, but some sneak peeks, right? Am
Yeah.
I missing something out here, brother, in terms of like the woman or what the vibe, the culture? Did you vibe with the culture in London?
Oh yeah, it was cool. Like the Afro beats thing it's really big out there. I like that. It was pretty cool.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. I'm gonna open up the phone lines in a bit. Okay. So if you wanna agree, disagree to your story, is open. But this is very eye opening because like, and I don't want to crash out yet because I feel like 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 I'm born. Me and Brandon are born in the UK, right? And
Yeah.
and these chicks, bro, they don't even they don't even look at us, bro. They never treat us really good, right? But
Yeah.
as soon as you change your accent, right, to more American, more Canadian, you're God or king. Like that's very interesting, right?
It was crazy.
And it is crazy, bro. And I'm thinking about it, right? Like I'm just like, yo, like this is insane. This is literally insane, bro. Like you experience, brother, what white men experience every day in the UK, bro.
Yeah, man. I couldn't tell because the white guys could not compete when I was over there. Yeah, it was no competition.
So when you were observing the dating scene, right, and when you were observing what white men were pulling in the clubs, would you say like you and your boys were pulling just better women than the white boys?
For sure. Actually, there was one girl that was from Sweden. She was getting ready to leave, and she was talking to a white dude, and I just seen her. She was bad, so I just looked at her, and she looking at me. So I did my same little move. I waved over. She walked right away from this guy, walked right up to me, started giving me her number. Her friend was like, "Don't do that," but she came over there, got my number, got her number, and then she walked back over to the white boy.
Did you end up smashing the Swedish chick?
Nah, she ended up leaving. I still got her. I'm gonna go see her. I'm going back to Sweden. I'm gonna go see her for sure. But she ended up leaving like that same morning.
Yo, brother. So that was that you in your bottle era, right? That was you in your table era, right? When you wave them over.
I wasn't at that time. I wasn't even at my table because this was the end of the night, so everybody was leaving. I was like waiting on my boy real quick. I was standing like kind of by the exit, and I just seen her and I just waved her over. So I didn't have no bottle or nothing. It was just me.
So, but when you're in these high value clubs, right? Are all the men do they all have their own tables? The white people, black people, Asian people all have their own tables, and then it's like the Hunger Games. You go and fight for the chick. Is that how it works, or are there some dudes on the dance floor and the high value men on who have the tables?
Um, there's a couple of guys like on the dance floor, maybe like if they're a promoter and they get it for free. But yeah, all the guys usually just have their own table. But there's no need to fight for the girls. There's too many. There's so many of them. Like you're completely outnumbered. For every guy in there, there's 5 girls. So there's no need to be competing. Just let them choose. They're the ones competing. If you want to be honest.
And brother, you ain't had to pay for a chick. You ain't had to buy a chick any sort of dresses to get with her.
No, I'm not buying her nothing. The only thing that she getting out of me is a shot out of my bottle, maybe. Maybe. That's
Damn.
maybe.
And they're coming home with you for the night.
They coming home. They coming back. They coming back to the hotel.
Female nature.
Yeah.
Wow. So women are literally buying $200 dresses, right, to go to
Yeah.
these high-end clubs, right, just to sleep with men. This is just mind-boggling.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
This is mind-boggling, bro. Lord. Wow. Let me open up the phone lines, brother. Okay. If you want to call in, brothers, call in because like I'm shocked here. And if you're a black British man calling to American brothers, Canadian brothers, or whoever, English brothers, because you're seeing just how English women like how they play us, bro. Like
Yeah.
we have to walk through fire, walk through needles, right? We have to, fly to Jupiter and come back, right? We have to save a dog in Australia, right? Just to get a date. Whereas a brother can come through with an accent and their panties drop.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, what's going on here, bruv? I don't want to crash out yet, bro. But honestly, this is why I'm a passport, bro.
Yeah.
This is why this is why I have no choice, right, but to be a passport, bro. Because if I ain't getting treatment like that, bro, what's the effing point?
Yeah.
What's the point? What's the point, bro? And but I believe it because like at least I know the same thing you told me, right, is what I've been told years ago by other Black American men. And I've seen it myself in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Black American guy comes through and with these boys, and they clean up. But IP brand of the UK brothers, right?
Yeah.
We have to you know literally lift the lorry and show our superhuman strength like Batman.
Right.
We have to be Bruce Wayne, be a millionaire, drive a flipping Lexus to get a flipping date, bro.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know what it is with the British girls. I don't know why they love American accents so much. Because when I went to Australia, girls weren't going crazy over my accent. Like I was getting girls, but they weren't, going crazy over the accent or nothing like that. Sweden, they weren't going crazy over the accent. Like, but British girls, they go crazy for it. I don't know why.
Brother, are you and your boys jacked? Are you ripped?
I wouldn't say jacked or. I mean, I try to go in the gym. I could be a little better, honestly. My boy Tori, he the one that's 5'9". He's in pretty good shape for sure.
Mm, okay. Brother, like, so, brother, when you were over there in London, right, did you see like a lot of lonely black British men?
I don't think so. I don't remember like every time I seen a black dude. I mean, they were with some girls. Like, yeah, I didn't really see nobody just like in the corner just not getting no play. Like, not from my experience anyway. I also was in the more high end area, so these are probably like the top notch British guys, so they're probably doing fine. But I didn't really see anybody just looking like they just couldn't get no attention.
But when you're outside, right, and your view of the dating scene in London, right, did
Mm.
you see white men pulling not even like in the clubs, right, but when you're going to the shops or going to the grocery store, you saw white men with women, right, and you saw them with women all the time, but black dudes lonely, black dudes, if they were with women, they were ugly, and but this is British black dudes, right?
I see some British black. I mean, they would be with other black girls, that weren't, not like super beautiful, not like dead ugly or nothing like that. But I mean, I definitely I remember when I went to that one spot eating. I mean, there were definitely a lot of single guys in there, but I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really
But
paying too much attention to everybody else. I was kind of just in my own world for real.
I'm about to crash the F out in a bit, bro. Let me bring in Jay Hollywood. Jay Hollywood, you're good, brother. No, turn your camera off. I'm about to crash the F out in a bit because I'm thinking like these British they've been playing us for too damn long, bro. Like just the accents enough. and
That's
they're on you and they're on their knees. And I've got to be a clean cut brother. I got to be a millionaire, right? I got to be in a suit, right? I got to be, basically, James Saint Patrick from Power. So I need to have some thug in me, right? A thuggish looking black dude, but he's educated. I got to have all these things, right? To basically be an extreme black man to get a day in the UK, right? For all these years. But you can be a black American brother, comfortable with your accent. So you see why I had no choice but to become a passport bro. It's over for us in the UK for British black men. It's over. If I ain't getting the kind of love that Jay May and his bros are getting, I'm not dating here, bro. I'm out of here. So when I go abroad, I experienced that in Germany, in Japan, in Panama. So why on earth would I continue dating in the UK? Thank God for passport bros. So you see how important this movement is. If we don't have passport bros, we ain't getting no bitches. We ain't getting no bitches. We ain't getting no chicks, bro. Shout out to Captain Cisco for the support. He says here, um, I was in Rome. I saw some UK girls with large booty. Is this common in the UK? But did you see chicks of all races with big booty in UK?
Man, I see some. Hey, what? Yes, absolutely. I see some thick, like slim waist, thick. Man, man. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Wow, wow. Yo, thank you God for passport bros. Thank you Christ for passport bros. Literally, it saved me. Because I was about to crash out every day. Like before I bring in Jay Hollywood, right? Like I keep saying, right, bro. Like, bro, it got so bad for me at a point where I was sitting down in front of a mirror, saying to myself every day, bro, like a mantra, am I uglier than Shrek?
Mm.
I have a nice haircut, bro. I'm not short. I'm not fat. I got a nice lineup. I got some perfume on my neck, on my shirt. I'm smelling good. I'm in the suit, brother. I'm in the blue suit, right? I'm looking sharp, clean cut, and no woman looking at me, checking for me. And then it got to a point where I come back home, take off my tie, and I look dead in the mirror, brother, in my face. Am I uglier than Shrek? 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 No, like a goddamn song chorus, bro. It was that hard for me back then, bro. But then I booked my first trip abroad, and a German chick tells me, right, IP, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful black man, right? She buys me a drink in Germany. I ain't going back to so y'all brothers, y'all American brothers, y'all can have the UK. Yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it, bro. In fact, I invite Black American men to come to the UK. Y'all can have these chicks, bro. I'm going to where I'm loved, bro. Wouldn't you say that you go to where you're loved, brother, J May? Wouldn't
A
you
hundred
agree?
percent, 100%. That's why I came back. Like I got love over there. Like we could trade. You can have the Americans. Let me get the British girls. We could trade.
Nah, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm going to Germany, bro.
Hey, I'm about to go to Germany too. I done heard great things about that place. I'm going there next.
Let's go. Let's go. So let me bring in Mr. J Hollywood in the background. Let's go. What's going on, J Hollywood? You good, bro?
I'm good, man. What's going on, IP? What's going on?
I'm right, brother. By the way, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Your name was Jamon. Is that it? That's your username?
Oh, J May, yeah.
J May, what's up, man? What's up?
What's going
Hey,
on,
so I
man?
heard you're like a fellow brother from Miami too, right?
I don't live in Miami. I live in the Orlando area.
Oh, yeah. I got friends over there. No, I was gonna ask. Actually, I was gonna go to Orlando next week, but no, I was gonna ask though. Like, did you like? Because I see you.
You went out? Hello?
Hello? J Hollywood, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No,
Yeah.
now you're back, brother. By the way.
Okay, yeah, my phone crashed out. No, I was gonna say like, yeah, did you find success in Miami or not really? Like compared to the UK?
Man, Miami is one of you live in that area? Because if you do, you know, like, bro,
I live in
if
Miami, bro.
you
Well, I live
if
near it.
you if you don't drive a Lamborghini and have a yacht in
Yeah,
Miami, you're not getting no like nothing bad. Like you're not getting nothing extraordinary in Miami. It's just not happening. Like that market is too competitive. Seeing a Lamborghini in Miami is like seeing a Honda Civic in Orlando. Like everybody has it. It's not uncommon. So unless you're gonna be spending top notch dollar, and you have the fancy cars, the boats, the penthouse, you're not getting no play in Miami.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Orlando's way easier than Miami. Miami's too. That's probably one of the hardest places in the world to pool.
Yeah, bro. Like I've been living in Miami most of my life. I live a little north to Miami, so I'm between you and Miami now.
Okay.
But like I think 2 weeks ago was like the first time I've been approached in like almost 2 years. I was actually shocked because other than that, yeah, girls don't be approaching over here. I,
Absolutely not.
yeah, I feel like that's so. You feel like that's different. Like you've seen that in Europe because you said you've been to like Sweden and places like these, right?
Yeah, I've been to Sweden, Australia, Canada, DR, Mexico, Jamaica. Like I've been to a couple places. The
Shoot,
London experience though was just different, bro. I've never experienced something like that before in my life.
shoot. I guess last question. I'll let you go. But in Sweden, how was it? Like, was it like really good or was it like
It was a good experience, bro. I'll tell you a quick little story.
yeah, for sure.
I got on the plane. It was me and one of my white friends.
Hmm.
And on the way there, the flight attendant came up to me and she was like, "They're gonna love you here." And my bro was like, "What about me?" She was like, "They like you too, but it's something different." And she was right.
Really? Like, so like, was it like more like day game or night game over there?
Sorry,
More
sorry, there,
so,
Jay.
more so
Sorry,
night.
brother. Is it because you're light skinned, Jay May, or that's why she will love you more than your dark skin, bro?
No, no, no. My friend that came with me the last time, he
It's
was
white.
white. He was white.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Actually, my dark skinned friend that came with me to London, he actually left for a couple days to go to Sweden because he had some girls in Sweden waiting for him.
Wow, I need to go over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was literally supposed to go over there, but I left off at Denmark, which is really good too. But
yeah.
I actually like Denmark a little more. Oh, I've told that story before, but no. So it was like, I guess this is the last question about Sweden because I want to go next year. But was it like do you go at like what is it like? Like I hear like for example, like I hear like in Sweden, it's day game is not really the thing. Like approaching a girl in the day is not really a thing. But at nighttime, that's what you want to do most of your game.
Yeah,
How do you feel about
daytime,
that?
everybody's pretty much to themselves. They're pretty
Yeah,
much pretty closed off. But at nighttime, when everybody gets to drinking and getting up, they get wild.
yeah, and you just approached or you're just like you just got a table.
I didn't get no table over there. That was there. That table wasn't needed. They were approaching me.
They were approaching you. Oh
Yeah,
crap!
this one girl literally ripped me off the street, grabbed me by my arm. I was like, "What in the world?"
That's crazy.
Yeah,
in Sweden.
in Sweden. That was my first
Uh,
experience going to Europe, and that was my first day there. Me and my boy about to leave, and we were walking, and this girl, she literally grabbed my arm and said, "You're coming with me." I was like,
Wow.
"What the
wait,
world?"
hold on, brother. Blonde hair, blue eyed chick.
She was brunette. She was brunette. Probably had like green eyes, maybe. She was actually from Norway, I believe, but she was in Sweden.
Wait, hold on, brother. So you're walking on the street, right? And
Mhm.
she just grabs you.
She's literally grabbed my arm, and I turned back, and she's like, "You're coming with me."
To where?
I don't even.
You-
I get
hey.
back to my place because that's where we ended up.
Wait.
Bro.
Hold on, brother. You're telling me, right? You were in Sweden, right? You're walking down the street, brunette, green-eyed chick pulls you off the street to her place to smash,
We
brother.
moved back to my place because my hotel was literally like around the corner. So I was like, "We can go right here."
Huh?
Shoot, bro.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Wait. So I'm gonna put you on mute there, J Hollywood. Wait, I'm trying to like compute that, brother.
yeah.
She just pulled you off the street to back to your place. Short talk, and you got down to smashing. Lord have
Yeah, so
mercy.
we were supposed to go into this club, but getting into a club in Stockholm is so hard. It's ridiculous. If you're in that like I forgot, I think it's Sturplan area or almost on, I don't know. It's so hard to get into a club. So we didn't get in, so she ended up just leaving with me.
Black American male privilege is a real thing. And guess what? We thank God every day that our Black American brothers are eating good. You know what? I love it when Black men are doing well financially, dating wise, making money, making moves, be successful. And if our Black American brothers are doing well with their accent, with their swag, with their energy, I want more of that all around the world.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I wish the best for brothers, man. This is incredible. This is literally incredible. Like Black American male privilege is a real thing. And I was in sorry, brother. I was in Munich, Germany last year, and I saw it. I could not believe it. Pure German chicks going crazy, right? Going over Black American men. I saw in Hamburg, I saw in Berlin, right? There's something about Black American men that gets women all around the world very what's the word for it? Happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah. And honestly,
Go on, bro.
and it's to the point where, like, even when I was over in Sweden, my friend, he's white, blonde hair, blue eyes. Man, unfortunately, he did not have the success I did. Yeah, I felt bad.
I don't care, bro. I remember I don't care, bro.
Oh, wait.
I don't care.
I'm just
I don't
saying,
care,
like,
bro.
I'm saying it's to that point of how much they love black men. Like the white guys, they don't love them.
I'd rather black men get all the love. I'd rather Black American men get all the love than any other race of dudes. If I'm honest with you, at this time we need the love, bro. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, if our Black American brothers are eating well like this, incredible. You see Sophie J Hollywood?
Hey, so IP, one more thing, and I know I keep saying this, then I'll go. So you're telling me all I gotta do is just show up to the club? That's it?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Really?
much.
You didn't really approach like that? You just sat and
The
waited?
closest thing to approaching I did was wave them over, bro. Like because they stare, like they stare. They just look at you and you just wave them over. That's it. If they come, they're interested. If they don't, they don't. But I didn't have one time I waved a girl over and she didn't come. They all came.
Wow. Wow, that's a great story. Well, appreciate you for telling me that, man, because I'm definitely booking a ticket.
Yeah,
All right,
I
IP.
recommend it.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna do it for sure. Maybe we'll talk. All right,
Yeah.
IP. Man, you brothers have a good day, man. Peace.
All right, bro.
Take it easy, bro. Brandon, can you call back in? Mr. Lightbringer TV. Can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? You can turn off after in the background. Never seen that Lightbringer TV. It's just if you can do that, bro, so I know you're not a troll. Yeah, you're good, Lightbringer. Thank you, brother. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Lightbringer TV in the background. What's going on, Light? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro, man? I've been watching your stuff for a while. I had to chime in today.
Oh, awesome, man. We got another UK brother in the building. What's up, bro? You good?
Yeah. I'm from London, man. So I wanted to chime in. The brother from the States, he was dropping some interesting content. And yeah, man, I just wanted to chime in, give my opinion.
Awesome. Fire away, bro.
So the dude, I asked the dude, is he still online? Is he still live?
Yeah,
he's still here, bro. He's still
Brilliant. So like, I think what it is with the British chicks, yeah, they're looking at you with the movie star eyes, through the movie star lens. So what's your celebrity? Is there a girl? Did they say, oh, you look like somebody? There's
Nah,
a
I never got
profile
that.
of an American celeb that you probably look like.
Maybe. I mean, I never got. Nobody ever told me you look like so and so. I never got that. Nah.
Okay, so just your voice alone, that sends shivers through most women around the world, because every movie they've been watching since they were 5 years old has had an American heartthrob.
Right.
And a lot of times it's a black dude, whether it be Michael B. Jordan, whether it be Denzel. So that automatically you're going to get a lot of play. So you're definitely going to get a lot of play. But the thing I wanted to mention, though, bro, is the burn rate. Because I believe you're a handsome dude. I can't really see your picture. I'm just on my phone right now. I believe you're a handsome dude. I believe there is definitely, majority, it's facts what you're saying, but I'm trying to get you to look at it from a different perspective. Like the burn rate, like how much did you spend on the trip and how long was you in London?
Oh man, bro. I'm not gonna lie. London is very expensive, bro. I probably spent
That's what I'm trying to get at.
yeah,
Because
it's
I'm a
very
numbers
expensive
guy.
over there for sure. I was there for 11 days. I probably spent like 10 grand.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I called out in the group. So I was trying to kind of get the guy's attention to let me into the group, into the chat. But like the burn rate is too high, because if you wanted to if like when I was in Miami sort of 10 years ago having fun, I was just spending money. It's just it's a waste of money, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
you could
waste of
definitely.
money.
Yeah, you could definitely
Huh?
probably go somewhere else and get a better bang for your buck for sure. But I mean, if
Too
you
much,
have the
bro.
money, you have the money, but you definitely will spend a lot in London
So
for sure.
the other thing as well, yeah, it sounds like to me, I'm not gonna get in your business, but it sounds like you probably earn over 6 figures, yeah,
Mm.
and you don't have to say anything, but that's also a big difference, and it needs to be stipulated because most men walking around earn 50K. Okay, maybe in this
Right.
community they might earn a little more,
Hmm.
but that's the problem. So it's like if you're coming over to the States, you're converting your money, you earn well, you're in an environment basically where those women, and you worked it out because you're a smart dude, those women, they're there in those clubs to meet successful men, which is why the numbers are skewed because
Right.
there's not many black men in London with money. Most black
Right.
men in London make 40,000 US dollars a year. Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
it's very expensive to live here. So where is you fulfill a fantasy, which is great. So you can definitely rock on and have lots of fun with these girls. But they definitely ain't bang for buck. And the other thing as well is like surely if you smash the chick, yeah, I know you're only there for 10 days, so you can't do everything. Like, what's the chances of her now? Okay, when you come back to the UK, that chick being ready, available, and at your hotel room on your say, what's the chances of that?
The chances, I mean, I don't really repeat, honestly. My friend did, and he had to say, like, he met one girl he really liked, and she pulled back up when we came back for sure. A year later, she came back. Me, I'm not really. I'm kind of like, I'll be wanting to talk to the same girl again, you know.
If she was, if they were bad though, you would repeat. No, surely. If they if
Oh,
they if they were legit bad 8.5s, you would repeat. You'll be like, okay, I'm coming through. Like the idea will be there because there is not thousands of 8.5s walking around London.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, they were bad, but there's way more bad girls because London is just like a big tourist attraction. So a lot of the girls coming in aren't even from there. So I'm just getting new bad stuff from every corner. Like, they're coming in from all the
But
Scandinavian countries,
that,
Germany,
that,
like they're Greece.
do you
So I
know
wasn't
why?
repeating because it was
Do
too
you know
many.
why? Do you know why? That should tell you, like, you're gonna get better at the source, because those girls are coming here because the guys in Holland go Dutch with them. They pay half on the date. They ain't really trying to trick because in Holland, from what I understand, most women are pretty attractive. They known for being attractive people, like and tall and shit. And same with Sweden and
Language, bro. Keep it PG, yeah?
Germany to some. Oh, sorry, my bad. To an extent, so they're coming to England because England has a lot of old money, so they're
Mhm.
looking for come ups. Like it's not quite Dubai level come up, but
Right.
it's a come up place. That's why they're coming here, and that's why you have more success with the girls that were born outside of the UK. Because the girls that are born in London are an absolute headache, and IP will tell you they are
Yeah, I believe it.
absolute headache.
I believe
Yeah,
it's pretty 50-50.
and they
I had a little bit of both British and, out of the country for sure.
yeah, and you can definitely have your fun here. But are you in your early 20s, mid 20s,
I'm
late
29.
20s?
29.
You're 29. I
Yeah.
would just caution you to say that obviously you're doing your thing, but like I'll just caution you to say like um the money can be spent like more, not to watch your pockets, but like I'm telling you, I feel like I did a lot of spending in my 20s in like
Yeah.
Miami and shit, and pardon my language, sorry, apologies. Um I'll caution you to like with the spending, bro, because these girls, the burn rate's too high in London. Like you'd probably drop in a grand a night.
Yeah, close to, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if I go to Miami and I know Miami's going to be probably more expensive. If I drop 2 grand a night in Miami, I'm going to have all the tells as well because I'm going to be like, yeah, oh the chick that was in the Jay-Z video, yeah. She was, I got a number, I got IG, I smashed. Oh yeah, we meeting up tomorrow. We'd have all the tells, but it's the burn rate, man. That's have you been to
Can I
South
can I can I
America?
come in? Can I come in here? So Lightbringer, right?
Yes.
Like I can even back up JMA because even I've met Black American men who have not spent as much money as JMA, and they have poured.
Mhm.
They've had similar stories to him. So it's clearly the accent, is clearly the energy, and I don't believe money is even a factor here, bro. Because I've met Black American dudes
Oh
in
no.
person, and even I've actually
Hmm.
spoken to them over the phone as well. They when they come to the UK, they pull chicks left, right, and center, whether they're broke, have money, or don't have any money. So I believe that even if he's going through a grind day or not, he will still get chicks, right? Because he's American. He's Black American.
Yeah,
And I call it Black
Go ahead.
American male privilege. I
Yeah.
generally call it Black American male privilege, and no one else has it on planet Earth. If you're a Black American man, the chicks just gravitate towards you. I saw it in Germany.
Yeah.
I saw it in
Yeah.
Japan. I saw it in Panama. I see it everywhere, bro. It's just what it is.
I agree, and it's definitely, as I mentioned, you are going to get the what's the word, the red carpet treatment, because it's the accent, like that's the movie accent, that's the hip hop, like you move culture. African Americans set the tone for culture throughout the whole world, so you're gonna get it. But like, I do have concerns about the burn rate, because it's like, why should you have to be in a country and spend a rack a day to get motion when listen, let me drop this example.
You generally don't have
You
to
can
though.
be
I just choose to.
okay, so you can be in the Dominican Republic or in Salvador Bahia or in Rio de Janeiro. You can be in sandals, yeah, and you can have a chick come through, because at the end of the day, we know resources. I believe resources plays a major part in when it comes to dealing with women. Yeah, let's just be real. Resources, access to resources, etc. It just plays a part. But you can be wearing a string vest with holes in your shorts and holes in your socks, and have baddies come through in Brazil for an extremely low burn rate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Why
but
Go on, J May.
obviously,
Hold on. Let J May rebut. Go on, J May.
yeah, I would say that is true, but let's be real. A lot of the guys over there, they're paying for it, and to each his own. I'm not knocking it, but in London, I can go over there in a $5 black T-shirt that I got from the corner store with some jeans I got from Ross and some Air Force Ones, and go to a Simmons bar for free, and still pool. I just
what's a
choose to go
Simmons
to
bar?
Mayfair. Simmons,
Yeah,
it's like a chain.
facts. So, like,
Okay, okay.
if he
So,
has the money, right, and he wants to spend it, right, like he's entitled to, bro. Like, I
no,
know you
no.
keep saying burn rate, but if he wants to spend his money, right, 1K a night, whatever, or not spend money, bro, that's his own opinion. That's his own life, bro. That's his own resources, brother.
Yeah,
If he wants to spend
that's
money to have a good time, he's entitled to. Yeah, he could have he can get a woman cheaper abroad, right? But he wants to be in London. He wants to be in, see the bright lights. He wants to be in Mayfair, and it is what it is, bro. And he's
okay.
successful in either way.
But that's cool. That's cool. But let's not pretend the girls that hang in Mayfair, they are like 85% SBs. I don't know if I can say the word. Let me know if I can say the word. You know what
Nah,
SB means, right?
yeah.
Can I say
I
that
don't
word?
know.
Yeah, no, not really, but I know what SB is. Yeah, I know what it is.
I have
Yeah,
Yeah,
no idea what this
everyone
means.
knows what SB
I'll,
is.
I'll
Yeah,
I
it's
type
know.
it
not.
in the private chat. Carry
Okay.
Yeah,
on. So,
everybody knows what it is. I just don't want to trigger that. But like, I mean, I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I know you're a younger dude, 29, and you're in the scene. I'm not really in the scene. I don't do like IP. I don't do the fine clubbing or whatever you call it. Yeah, high end clubbing. Yeah, but I know from sort of 7, 8, 10 years ago the type of women that frequent these places, and they are all monetized. They're all
I
they're
believe
like
that.
thing
I
is, right,
90%
believe
are
they.
monetized,
but
bro.
hold on there, like, bring right.
What'd you say to that?
But Jay May, right? He didn't pay for box, bro. He didn't.
Yeah,
He,
I wasn't
literally,
paying.
these chicks came up to him,
Okay,
brother. He
but the
didn't pay for
thing is,
box.
if you that's cool, but if you are dealing with a woman who is monetized, yeah, and you get it for free, that's cool. That's cool. But it's I'm talking about, okay, like, I need it to be on tap. It needs to be on tap. It needs to be like, okay, tomorrow, like next week, okay, I need you to come through at 11 o'clock, like an appointment. That's how the chicks are gonna come
Brother,
through.
but he's on holiday, bro. He's not. He's not in
Yeah.
London. He's on holiday, bro. So you can't. So,
I,
brother, that scenario doesn't even apply to him because he's here on holiday, bro. So we can't say, oh, come through tomorrow or next week, brother. He's only there for a week or two.
I I
I
did
mean,
I did repeat
the
a girl
arguments don't.
twice, but
Go on, bro.
like I'm not trying to repeat them. I repeated two girls. That's it. I was really like
Okay,
not trying to be with the same girl all the time because like
okay,
I'm on holiday, bro. I'm gonna be 2 weeks. I'm out.
Like,
okay.
so Lightbringer, right? See, he's had success in Sweden, in Australia, in London, It's clearly a Black American thing. It's not about
It,
money or resources, brother. If I'm
Yeah, but
being clear with you here.
and not even just that. I ended up dating one, and she flew out to see me in America.
There you go.
yeah, but we have to like receipts need to be attached to those type of statements
Oh, I
because
have all the receipts. I
okay,
promise you.
if a 5 out of 10 flies out to America on our own accord and our own money, we don't
I,
care.
I
Like
wouldn't talk to her.
we okay, cool, okay, yeah. So like there needs to be some substantiated like quality, but I don't know you in it. You could have fantastic quality control. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like that's definitely something that should be
He ain't got
stipulated.
to prove anything to anyone, bro. I know. I know J May, right? And he's dealing with damn chicks. I'll leave it as that. He's dealing with good looking chicks. I'll leave it as that, bro. Like it's like some of you guys want, okay, show me this, show me that. No, they don't have to show you this or pictures or any videos, bro. If I'm honest with you,
I could.
they don't
I
have
got
to.
it for sure. I definitely could.
No, you don't have to.
There's no
Nothing has to.
requirement to be showing all your chicks you do. And if you want to be a low key guy, be a low key guy. Like, and I'm being
cool.
honest here, right? Like, this
That's why I
is
don't mind.
clearly not about money or resources. Black American
I
men have
disagree.
an aura,
I disagree.
and that's
true.
fine,
They
bro.
have.
That's fine, right? But there's something that comes with the accent and the way women see Black American men and the culture, and that gets a woman in my. Because I've seen broke Black American dudes in the UK pull chicks. I saw in Japan, I saw in Germany, I saw in Panama. So I'm seeing it. Brothers has told me about it on the channel, over the phone, interviews. It's not about resources, bro. If I'm honest with you, and if he wants to spend $1,000 a day, he's entitled to it. It's his own money, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, do your thing. But I'm just saying from a different perspective that hey, like the burn rate is high in a country like London. They monetize. They overpriced really when it comes to the monetization. They overpriced.
I'm
That's
not
what
paying
I'm
for
saying.
it. I'm just not paying for it though. My money's being spent on the bottles I buy at the club. That's it. My hotel, my flight, and the
Well,
bottles.
I would say that's still paying for it because you're paying to be at a venue, and it's just not a direct transaction. But I would say you still pay for it at a high clip, extremely high clip, which is cool. You could do that, but I'm saying I don't understand when brothers have the illusion of like I'm not paying for it. You're in like one of the most expensive cities in the world, and obviously the fact that you're there, you're smart. Like you're there in the club with a 1 to 10 ratio because most brothers they can't afford to get there, especially if they live in that city. They can't afford to get there. So of course, but I just want to let people know a rounded picture. Like I'm not trying to be like on some hate stuff or nothing. I want people to see a rounded picture, like because it if we all go and we all splash money and put ourselves in position in these Mayfair clubs, like you probably will get even more play because you probably have some dudes, you got the American swag for sure. But like there is an element of like that's always going to be able to amplify us if we spend the money and to get to the right venues. But London is not no utopia, but like you kind of almost made it seem like it's utopia, and that's what I'm pushing back on it. This is not no utopia. IP has been talking down on London. And we understand you're American, so we rate that. So there is going to be a lot of bonus points for American, but it's not a utopia. Like I just can't accept that.
I
But I'll let
don't
you
know, man.
chime in.
Even the free spots were getting the same attention, the same love in the free spots. The only time I go to the Mayfair clubs is the weekday because not much is going on the weekday. But the weekend, when the free spots are popping, I go there and it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
J May,
So
did you
in
ever?
America,
Sorry, bro. Did you ever pay for a woman's dress? Did you after you smashed a chick? Did you ever pay for anything
Nothing.
for after? For
No,
what about the Uber?
absolutely.
What about the Uber? What about their
No,
Ubers?
I didn't even buy their Uber. I didn't buy
Wow, that's
nothing for these girls. I swear to
IP.
God. I swear to
Like
God.
it's mind
like
blowing, right? It's kind of mind
like,
blowing, right?
but it is mind blowing. But I've heard stories like this before. But I've seen it personally in the UK. Black American men just do well women. But I will say this, right? Like when you say like you do pay for women, I feel like you're only paying for a chick, right? If you're paying for her services. Like if I go on a coffee date with a woman, right, and I pay for a coffee and a sandwich, doesn't mean I'm paying for it, bro.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
unless there's actually an agreement here, I'm paying you for your box. That means you're paying for it. And I think
Right.
the way you say that you're eventually paying for it, I disagree with that. If I'm honest with you, brother. Unless you're paying for her services to smash, then you're not paying for it, bro. You're not.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I get what you're saying, but like the way I see it is those girls are only going to be like you paying to be in an environment where you're gonna have a 10-to-1 ratio. And not only that, that's what part one, but part two is that they look at you and there's a curiosity. It's like, okay, is because you fulfill a fantasy. Most black women in the UK, this is something that might be controversial from your previous show, but this is my opinion. Black women in the UK, they like black men. But I heard some people in your conversations, IP, saying that they like Asian men are cleaning up. I don't agree with that, but that's another subject. But I personally believe high value black women in London love black men. They like dark skinned black men, especially. But of course, if you feel any other sort of like, tick box, they're gonna go for you. So their fantasy, the problem with black women in the UK is, well, their problem is that they can't find enough successful men to mate with because they want to have high value men. That's why so much black women in the UK are single. So it's also the other question: how old were these women? What age
All in their
group?
20s. Everybody's in the 20s. All younger than me.
So is that early and mid 20s? I guess.
Early mid 20s. Yep.
Cool. That's cool. So they're looking at it thinking, okay, it's American dude. You know what I mean? He's swag, handsome. And to be honest, American dudes do have more charisma. So like, I'm not even like pushing back. Like, I can see it. I understand it. But I just wanted to put an asterisk on some stuff. You feel me?
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, like Bringer, but I've seen it personally in real life all around the world. So I disagree with your points, some of your points, like Bringer. But again, you are entitled to your own opinion, and I'm sure J May will disagree. But yeah, I mean, we're here to have a discussion here. But one other point, right? So if I pay, right, to get into a bar, I'm paying for that bar experience. I'm paying to be in an environment, to drink, have a nice time with my boys. If I happen to meet a chick there and something happens and maybe start dating, that doesn't mean I'm paying for. I paid for it, bro. It was just circumstantial. Is that a fair point there, Jamie, or am I wrong?
Sounds fair to me. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
that's
not
cool.
paying the girl for it. Because if that's the case, you gotta look at that from any position. If I go to an amusement park, I had to pay to get an amusement park. Okay, I met a girl here. I paid for it.
That's cool, but it's like, it's just, I guess where it is, yeah, maybe the advice you're giving for London per se is like, I don't know if it's advice, but maybe the statement you're making for London, it's like it's very much someone that's earning like 100, 150. So I think that needs to be, which is kind of like passport bros, they more value conscious. So to be fair, it's like, okay, if you go in London, just expect to spend a lot of money. And I think that's just a fair statement, as you
I
mentioned
would.
yourself.
That's a fair statement, just because
It's a
London
lot
is
of
an
money.
expensive city. Yeah, London's an expensive city. I mean, just between the hotel and flight, I spent almost $4,000. So it's a reasonable statement that it's an expensive city. But as far as the girls they monetized, I've seen them, but I'm not paying for them.
Because I think being a like passport bros to me, and IP might disagree, but I feel like value is a core component of what being a passport bro is, and that's the angle I was coming from. It's like value. It's like I used to spend 6-7 racks when I used to go to Miami like 10 years ago. If I went more recently, it would have been more because obviously inflation. So that's what I'm kind of highlighting. I'm like, look, it's your money. You can do it as you please.
Mm.
America, the land of the great opportunity, loads of money to be made in America. But I just think that it needs to be, you know, the messaging is like, look, that what you're doing is a very high value thing. And
Mm.
the passport bros, they more like value conscious. So they're more likely, okay, look, they're gonna go with 3 bands, 3 racks, and go to whether it be Dominican or Brazil, and they're gonna have a whale of a time. But I'm
That that
happy.
might
I'm
that
happy you
might
had a
be
great time in London, though.
yeah, that might be the way you see it. Like a lot of passport brothers looking for value, but someone just looking for genuine interest. Like if the country's expensive, but the women treat me right, then I'm gonna go.
So,
Mm.
with in terms of like the genuine interest, would you say that it was like, are these girls after the like, when you coming back? Let me know when you come back. Is it that, or is it just genuine interest at the time and moment? Because London girls can also be fake too.
Yeah,
They
it's a
can.
little bit of both. It's a little bit.
Okay.
There's girls that never talk to them again. There's other girls who are like, when you coming back? It's a little bit of both for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
It's a
The
little bit of
ones
both.
that say when you coming back, like yeah, that's the genuine interest. Like when you
Right,
coming
right,
back.
right.
Yeah, for sure. Because the girls, they play a role. Like they will be the sweetest chick as long as that money's being spent. So it might not be being spent on them directly, but as long as the bottles will keep coming, all of that. Once they get their little drinks, then they're off. That's kind of like they're known for playing that kind of nonsense too. But I don't really know, like to be transparent. I never really done the high end clubbing, but I have an idea being a Londoner of kind of, because I know, like I used to deal with so many of the girls that would go to these clubs, and just full transparency. I'm not again. I'm pro pay for P for P. I'm pro P for P. I just wanted to be fully transparent, yeah, because I didn't want to. I didn't want like you can people can have their opinion like about that, but the girls I used to deal with, a lot of them, I know their lifestyle, like especially like that age group. Yeah, it's those clubs. So I know these girls. They on the SB websites. These girls are bro. It's huge. It's a huge undercover thing in London that people kind of overlook or they don't understand. It's a huge thing in London, but British people they're discreet. The
But
girls are very discreet.
but thing is, like, Bingo, right? No one's here talking about wifing any London chicks. And Jamie wants to not say he's looking at wifing up any London chicks in any
I
shape or
didn't say
form.
about wiping up.
So no,
I
I'm
didn't
just
say
saying, like, I'm just saying in general, like, which is why, for him, right, just coming here, spending racks, having his fun, that's nothing to him. He's now, if he wants to find a wife, I'm sure Jamie isn't thinking about, oh, I'm gonna go to London to find my submissive wife. He even said that they're quite liberal, they're quite feminist, and it's not something he's looking for in a
yeah, no,
wifey type.
I wouldn't
Go on,
even
bro.
mention wife, but yeah, chime in, bro.
Go on, Jamie.
Yeah, yeah. I tried it my first time going the whole date in a London girl. Probably. I'm not gonna say it never happened, but it's probably not gonna happen again. But as far as the whole sugar baby thing going, oh my bad, the whole SB thing
SB.
going on, yeah. The whole, as far as that thing going on, I mean, it definitely goes on. I know it does for a fact, but it doesn't, affect me because I'm not paying for it. I'm just showing up.
I'm paying
That's
for
it.
it too. Never pay for box, never will. Never pay for
Yeah,
box, never will. It's something.
yeah,
It's not something I endorse. Not something that I do. I do not pay for box, and I never will. It's
yeah,
just not happening. No.
yeah. To each his own. But it's not me going to London. It's not necessary anyway. Like why would I need to? I'm getting looks left and right. Girls walking up left and right. I would paying for it is not even necessary.
Facts. All right, Lightbringer, do you have any closing statements, brother? 'Cause I'm gonna bring in another caller.
Nah, man, I'm enjoying the show, bro. I think I've had a lot of microphone time, so yeah, man, good, yeah, man, keep going to London, bro. Keep enjoying London, man. Just
Yeah, I'll be back.
make sure you handling those investments too, man.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm good.
You good,
All
yeah?
right,
All right, man. Cool.
All
awesome.
right.
Thank you, Light. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Take it easy,
Take
bro.
care, bro. Safe.
All right, so let me bring in. Oh, you just dropped off. Why is everyone dropping off? Flipping heck. Oh my goodness. Can you call back in? All right, so let me read the super chats then. Shout out to Mr. Shout out to Mr. I'm all out of place now. Shout out to Ozzy for the support over here. He says here, any daytime cold approaches in London for you, Jamie?
Yeah, I did it. Me and one of my other friends did it one time. It was same thing though. It was in the Simmons bar. We walked in there to get a drink real quick. We seen two girls, two white British girls, and my boy just started talking to him. I don't cold approach too much, but my boy he'll talk to anybody. So he walked up to him, and then we started talking to them. And I'm actually supposed to be hanging out with one when I go back. So that's a repeat. I guess you want to call it.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Shout out to Calvin Gangda for the support. Bro ain't dark skinned enough, he light skinned.
Yeah, but my friend is dark skinned, so it ain't just it ain't just me, man. I'm giving y'all the full story. I'm giving you the light skin perspective, the brown skin, and the dark skin, and all three have the same success. So it ain't about the skin tone.
Facts. Shout out to Mr. Calvin Kaganda for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Calvin again for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Bro was tricking proudly. No, man. Listen, man. It's not tricking or paying for box, right? If you pay for an expensive venue to have a good time there, and women happy to just be there in the environment. It just happens, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, it's not tricking. Wouldn't you agree, Jamie?
Of course, if you go to London, from my experience, I don't know all the spots. I'm not from there. During the week, there is nothing to do at night but the Mayfair clubs. So if there was more stuff to do, I'd go to the free. Like on the weekends, I go to the free spots because they're popping. But during the week, I'm gonna pay to go to I'm on holiday. I'm not gonna sit in my room all night bored looking at the wall. I'm gonna pay the money. I'm gonna get into the club. I'm gonna have a good time. And whatever happens after that, I mean, it just happens. I'm definitely not paying nobody else. I'm not. I didn't even buy an Uber. I'm telling you, these girls, my hotel would be next to the tube. They'd wake up, get on the tube, bounce. That's it. These girls not getting no money out of me. Not a dollar.
Awesome. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. All right. So if no one calls in the next 5 minutes, we're going to take over to Twitch, right? And speak about some some naughty things that Jamie wants to speak about. Okay. We won't go too deep into it because it's still obviously out there, but we'll talk about that. Okay. So I'm not going to bring you on again because you had your time because we want to go on to Twitch and that's going to be it, bro. So in a bit. So can we get a new caller in? Okay. If you can call in, if no one calls in within the next 5 minutes, to go over to Twitch. Okay. Talk about some further naughty stuff. Okay. And we'll go on from there. Okay. So Jamie, this was a very good insight, right? Before we go on to Twitch. So you plan to go to London again? Will you plan at Manchester, Birmingham? Because I feel like if you did well in London, brother, you would do crazy in the north, bro.
I thought about it, man. I do want to go to Manchester too. I want to check it out. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because I was only going to pop up for a couple days. Because my original plan was to go to Sweden for a couple days, pop over to Germany, go to Poland. And then for me, just, going back home, there's a lot of direct flights, like straight shot from London to, Orlando. So that's why I would go back to London. But I do want to go check out Manchester. But I don't know, man. London, the experience is just so otherworldly. It's just like, I don't know if I can, like, skip over it again.
Listen, right, bro. So there's a saying in the UK, right? If you can crack London girls, you can crack any woman in the UK, bro. Because like Birmingham chicks, Manchester chicks, brother, they're gonna be all over the accent, bro. Easily, bro. Brother, you might not even leave Manchester, bro. If I'm honest with you, it's that easy, man.
I might have to check it out, man.
You would do very well in the north. Newcastle, Manchester, Birmingham, Leicester. Oh, definitely Leicester. Leicester.
I
Yeah.
have to check it out. I gotta check it out, man. I do want to go check it out, but man, the experience in London was just so crazy. It's like, man, I don't know. I'll probably go up there though. I gotta go for at least a couple days.
Awesome. All right, so brothers, no callers, so we're taking over to Twitch. Okay, so have you created your Twitch account? Create your Twitch account, brothers, and follow me on Twitch and get yourself over to Twitch right now. Okay, we're gonna end the YouTube stream in 5 minutes. Okay, I want everyone to go onto Twitch right now. Okay, so the link is in the live stream chat, the Twitch link. Okay, and I'm gonna put the the stream is up there on the Twitch. So everyone on Twitch, okay? IP crash outs, and there'll be some freaky talk on the Twitch, okay? It won't go too deep, but we're going on Twitch in 5 minutes, okay? Jay May, get some water, get some food, brother, okay? We're gonna go on Twitch in 5 minutes, okay?
That's all good.
Awesome. All right, so IP crash outs, up next on Twitch, okay? And in 5 minutes time, the YouTube gang, we are moving over to Twitch. IP crash outs up next on Twitch. Okay. So everyone hop on Twitch, create your account, so follow me on Twitch. Okay. Follow me on Twitch. All right. Create your accounts on there. We're moving over to Twitch in 5 minutes. So now you got 4 minutes. When the clock reaches 1 hour, 38 minutes on our stream, right now it's 1 1 hour 34 minutes. So you got 4 more minutes left. Over to Twitch, we're gonna get some crash outs and some interesting topics. So everyone go over to Twitch, follow me on Twitch too. All right, because I'll be doing a lot more streams on Twitch and Kick on Rumble on those 3 platforms. Okay, and it'll be crash outs, talks that we can't do on YouTube. So go on to whatever. Awesome. All right, F off then, Tommy. Jesus. F off then. Like, no one wants to hear about what you say. F off then. So, now, J May, right? King of, can I call you King of London?
That's what you want to call me.
So we're going to talk about your boys' experiences with women there. You know, slightly naughty talk. Your experience there with English chicks, slightly naughty talk. We want to know how English chicks, you know, how they perceive the Black American experience. Keeping it PG for YouTube, but yeah, we won't go too deep into it, like, you know, crazy talk. But I've got some questions here that will allow us not to go too deep into it, brother. Okay.
Got you.
All right, so brothers, 3 more minutes. Everyone hop on Twitch, okay? Create your accounts on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, okay? Right now, do so because we will be using Twitch, Rumble, and Kick a lot more often, okay? So it's best for you to follow me on those platforms. Keep in touch with what we're doing here so you don't miss out, okay? Let's go. So in 4 more minutes, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. I'm going to end Kick. I'm going to end Rumble. So if you're on Rumble right now, go over to Twitch. If you're on Kick, go over to Twitch. If you're on the Facebook stream, go over to Twitch right now, okay? And if you are on YouTube, head over to Twitch right now, okay? And here's a link in the chat over here, okay? Awesome. Let's give it 4 more minutes, J May. I may be back in a minute, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Brother, carry on talking about your time in London, about maybe food, entertainment spots, leisure. Give me 4 minutes, okay? I'll be back soon.
All right. Well, the food in London ain't the best, but you got to know where to go. I went to a couple spots where the food was pretty good. There's a page called London Hotspot. If you follow that page, it's a girl. She give you all like the good food spots and the good venues to go to. But there's definitely a lot more better cuisine out there than in London. But it was okay though. It wasn't nothing too, you know, extravagant. But it was all right. As far as other venues to go to for free, the spot called Eden. It's a good hookah lounge or shisha, whatever you want to call it. You can go there, check that out. There's gonna be a lot of women in there as well. And I know you guys don't want to, pay too much money. This spot, you might spend $100 on the shisha and the meal. That's it. You never spend too much money in there. The Simmons bars, all the Simmons bars are free. They're open all week. Mainly the weekend is going to be more popping. The Soho area, you go to Soho on the weekends. Those clubs are going to have a lot of people in them. So there's a lot of free stuff to do. But if you're going to want to have fun the entire trip during the week, there's not going to be as much to do if you don't, have an event going on that day. So that's when I would say the Mayfair area is going to be your best bet as far as finding something to do, meeting beautiful women, and just having a good time while you're in London. It's going to cost you some money to get in there, but once you get in there, you're going to have a good time, I promise. And you ain't going to have to pay nobody for nothing. Just go in there, talk to people, and that's it. It's going to be real easy, I promise. But that's all I got for that.
Brother, I need 5 more minutes, right? So talk about entertainment, leisure, cost of living. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Brothers, go over to Twitch, right? Move over to Twitch. We're going to crash out on there, talk about some freaky info about English chicks. Go over to Twitch, okay? So create your Twitch accounts, follow me on Twitch. I'm going to see you in 5 minutes, okay? So J May, cost of living, speak about entertainment, talk about how you found British people. You got 5 minutes, okay, brother?
Gotcha. So cost of living, I was looking into it because the experience out there was so good. I was like, I considered moving over there, but London is very expensive. I was actually shocked how expensive it was. So I had a pretty cheap hotel for the area, it probably cost me about $2,000 to $2,500 for 11 nights, which ain't cheap. But for central London, if you want to be close to everything, that's what's going to cost you. Um, as far as entertainment goes, there's some cool spots called like Box Park. You can go there. They're playing music and people are in there you can socialize with. It's free to get in. Shoreditch has a couple bars. You can go to Shoreditch. There's a couple bars that are over there. I didn't go there too much, but it's okay over there. But London is an expensive city. You're gonna pay top dollar if you want to stay somewhere nice. I don't really know how much it costs to stay like on the outside because I wasn't looking into that. If I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm not going there to penny pinch. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna spend the money. If I don't got the money to spend, I'm just not gonna go. That's for anywhere, whether it be London or somewhere cheap like Colombia. I'll be going to Colombia in about 2 months. So like, you just have to do your research, know what you get into before you get into it. But you're gonna spend money over there in London. It is what it is. There's no way around it. If you're not spending money, you're gonna stay in a terrible location. You're gonna probably stay in a terrible hotel or Airbnb. You're just not gonna be in a good area. And we all know, London has its areas where they got knife crime and pickpocketers. If you want to worry about that stuff, go be cheap. But if you don't want to worry about stuff, pay the money. Just pay the dollar, pay the pound, whatever you want to call it. Stay somewhere nice, and that's it. You gonna be all right. I promise. Just don't be trying to penny pinch and expect to have a good experience in London. It's not happening. But entertainment wise, the club areas is going to be your best bet. I know you guys want to meet women, so you have to go just pay that dollar until the weekend comes. Weekend comes, you can go to the free spots. But that's going to be your only options from my experience. I don't really know too much. I've only been there twice. I've only spent about a month total time, so I'm still trying to learn the city as well. Yeah.
All right, bro. Give me 2 more minutes. Carry on speaking, bro.
I'm trying to think of what else to go on about. What else was there? Uh, hmm. Just a little pro tip, something I did. Um, I would personally make sure you wear, deep pockets and get you a small wallet because people do pickpocket out there. They will come try to slide by you in a crowd and pickpocket you. So I always get a real tiny wallet, put that away, just to be careful of anybody trying to come pickpocket you, because it does happen over there. And then just be aware of your surroundings. It's not, people say London is dangerous. I didn't feel at uneased, but I am aware of my surroundings. I'm not taking it lightly. So I just say take precautions. That's just like anywhere you go. If you want to go to any other country, you're gonna have to take precautions because there's crime everywhere. So I would just say just be careful of where you're staying at, which is why I say spend that money to get in a good area. And yeah, that's the most advice I can give you. Just you get what you pay for. If you're gonna be cheap, you're probably not gonna have a good time. And not just because of the events you go to, is you might get pickpocketed. Someone gonna steal your phone, steal your wallet, steal your pass, whatever the case is. You get what you pay for. So don't be out here penny pinching in a city like London. This is not a good idea. I don't recommend it. So, but that's pretty much my only advice for the most part. Just be aware of your surroundings and don't penny pinch.
I'll be there in a minute. All right, Jamie. What about the apps? Like, did you go on Tinder, Hinge? What about public transportation, Uber? So give us the apps, the internet, and the transportation intel, bro.
Okay, for transportation, I was definitely using the tube. When I first came to London, I didn't know better, so I was using Uber a lot. That's a waste of money. Uber takes forever because the traffic's so bad. The tubes are way faster and way cheaper, so I said use a tube. For my Americans that don't know what a tube is, it's basically the subway. So use that. And dating apps, man, I use Hinge. Me and all my boys use Hinge. I'm gonna give you the cheat code right now. If you use Hinge and you gotta do a voice prompt, like just do a voice prompt. Don't not put a voice prompt on your page, because if you put the voice prompt on your Hinge profile, it's gonna boost your chances by 10. So many girls were swiping up on my voice memo. Oh my gosh, I love your accent. I love your accent. You sound so. I'm telling you, if you use Hinge, put a voice prompt on there, your likes are gonna skyrocket. I had so many likes. And probably the first day I put my Hinge in London, I had over 20 matches without even having to swipe. Just putting it there with the voice prompt, I'm getting matches. I'm waking up every day in the morning just looking at my phone. So and so like you, so and so like you, so and so matched you, so and so messaged you, back to back all day. So definitely use Hinge. Definitely put a voice prompt on there, and you will have success in that app. I promise you, because we all did. Dark skin, light skin, brown skin, we all had success. So use that Hinge and use a tube to travel.
All right, bro. So everyone, thank you for holding the fort down, Jamie. I was getting some technical issues working on my laptop for the Twitch
Okay.
stream. So everyone, we are now moving over to Twitch. Okay, so if you're not on Twitch, you're gonna miss out on the real goodie talk. Okay, so I want everyone on YouTube now to move over to Twitch. So I'm gonna end the Facebook group, so the Facebook stream right now. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, move over to Twitch, please. Okay. Once again, here's a Twitch link in the YouTube live stream chat. Okay, there you go. Create your account on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch too. Okay, I'm going to end the Rumble stream over here. Okay, so Rumble gang, move over to Twitch. I'm going to end the Kick stream over here. Okay, and I'm now going to end the YouTube stream. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, head over to Twitch. All right, so we are now officially on